Calls a sandwich. Hi there, welcome to the Newfoundland Outsider. So I'm just in for tonight. I got a couple days off. We're going to continue the ceiling boards, although we've had a heat wave lately, and if it's warm like that tomorrow, it's going to be hard to put the boards in. I got some other projects I got to start. I got to put the siding on the shed and make it a proper lockable shed so I can keep my supplies in there. I got to bring more gravel. So a lot of people commented on why I didn't have a video up last week or the week before, because I had to go out west for my brother's memorial, and we had a big family get together out west for that. So I'm sorry I missed that week. I know everybody look forward to my videos. I get thousands of comments, and I really appreciate your comments. And a lot of people, believe it or not, plan their day around my video. I didn't know that was that important, but a lot of people plan their day around my video. They make sure to get all their housework done. Somebody said they make sure to get all the supper cooked and to sit down and wait for 4 o'clock. So I really appreciate that. So we just had 3 weeks of extreme heat, and for us in Newfoundland here, if it gets up to the 30-degree area, that's pretty extreme for us. And there's been no rain. The brooks are really dry. But today I did call for a little rain. We just had a few hours of really nice rain. I just came in with it. I got my truck today, not my quad, so I had to pack in most of my stuff from out on the road. So my jug got a little moldy when I was gone. I left the water in there, and I guess the sunlight started creating a bit of mold. So I gotta kind of wash and sterilize the system and change the filter. Okay, while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil so I could clean the Beretta jug, I'll show you what happened when I was gone. So the boards are drying out and they're pulling the nails out. So I just got to get up there and get way more nails in there. Not too bad, just a couple of spots. And I noticed one spot up there is coming on nailed. But overall not too bad. So we'll nail this side over and we'll start this middle section. Okay, well now we're going to tackle this side, the middle section of the cabin. I'm not sure how many boards I'm going to have, but we're going to see how far we can get. Okay, well that's good for tonight. It's 8:45 right now, and I started at 6 this morning. I had to work all day, and then I just spent 4 hours here. Now, I think it's time for a swim and a wash and a nice supper. So tonight I got a lot of leftovers. So this is Mental Health Month, and some friends of mine said I should say something on my YouTube channel because I got a wider audience now. My channel is growing, and I said, well, what would I talk about? They said just pick one specific topic that people struggle with. So I'm going to pick a topic of family, in particular brothers. I come from a big family of lots of sisters and brothers. And the one thing we don't say is, I love you enough. I just came from my brother Raymond's memorial out in Alberta. I love my brother Raymond very much. Of course, you don't say that enough when you're together. It's not cool. It's not tough. It's not in your wheelhouse, and you're uncomfortable saying it. So what we're going to do is something a little different. The next time you want to say, I love you to your brother, or your cousin, your best buddy, for all you men out there, let's use these 5 words. I'm so glad you're here. And when you say that, we all know what you mean. Good morning. Well, we're up. It's 5:30 in the morning, and we're going to go for a nice couple-hour walk first. Stretch our legs. It's an absolute beautiful morning. I see Mama and her ducklings over there. That's good to see. Today we're supposed to have a sunny day. I'm back to 2 or 3 more days of rain, and we need the rain because the rivers and brooks are way down. And Atlantic salmon are running. It's very hard on them. When you got warm water for the Atlantic salmon, it takes away their oxygen, because oxygen is based on water temperature. There's more oxygen in cold water than warm water. So in the summertime, when the water warms up, salmon become very lethargic because of lack of oxygen. It'll be the same thing as us climbing a mountain. When you get up to 9,000, 10,000 feet, the air gets thinner and thinner. Lots of wild raspberries around. Lots of wild raspberries today. Breakfast. So these plants here are fiddleheads. Of course in the spring they're just a fiddlehead all curled up. And now they're a true fern. So in the spring you could eat the fiddleheads. You could have them in a salad. You could just eat them. You could just eat them while you're walking, raw. And then after they turned into fern, they have tubers that are good to eat. I'll just show you one here. So if you pull the plant, the fern itself, it's got a tuber at the end, right there. And you just peel back the black part, right there. There. So these little tubers are good to eat. And they make a nice snack while you're out hiking. And this here is a lady slipper plant. This little depression is where the moose were laying down last night. It looks pretty fresh. So this plant is very toxic if you're out around. Just be careful with it. The plant itself is not bad to rub up against it, but let me show you the problem. If you break that plant, so inside the plant it's got gel, kind of like aloe vera, and when you get that on your skin and the sun's rays touch it, it'll create some nasty blisters. So be careful with that plant. And the younger you are, and the more sensitive your skin, the bigger the blisters are going to be. Notice there's lots around here.
I was bound for leaving, but I didn't know where. All the things that kept me there, I couldn't find them anywhere. But a phone call this morning, it nearly brought me to my knees. Now I'm heading back home again, thinking of the words that you said to me. We were riding down a bumpy road to the place where you were born. I can see you riding shotgun with the pine trees whizzing by. And it didn't mean much to me when you turned and said to me that home is just a frozen frame of one place and one time.
I'm just looking around because this marsh is an awesome marsh for moose. And I always see them here when I'm hunting. Before we make it back to the cabin, we'll check our trail cams, see if there's any moose on them. That'll give me an idea come fall what's running and where they're running. keeping a sharp eye out because we got a lot of black bears here. And they got their young now. And I don't want to cut off mom and the cubs. That'd be bad. Alright, well, that was a great walk. I started this morning at 5:30 and it's 8:35 right now. So just over 3 hours. I don't know if you can see that. I got 11,182 steps. That's pretty good. Not even breakfast time yet, sure. So we'll have some breakfast now and continue on with the ceiling boards, but I gotta go and get some gravel today and start filling in the mud section next to the outhouse and the steps right here. Working out really nice, looks nice and even. Up there I have strips I cut purposely for that to fill in these gaps there. Definitely gonna need more boards. Wow. You don't realize how many boards you're gonna use on the ceiling. And this should be the last piece for this side. Hopefully it fits. Okay, well I have that side complete. Minus my strips and that after. I'll do the edges when all the boards are up. And we'll start this side. Well, that is my last board. I gotta go get some more. So that's it for that. Boards for today. Have a little break, have a little lunch. We're gonna get some gravel because it's nice and sunny. And the next 3 days is pouring rain. Well, I think that's it for today. I am beat. Whew. I think I can go for a nice swim, cool down, and sit back and have a nice beer. Maybe a sandwich. Well, that's what he calls a sandwich. So I want to thank everybody for coming along. I enjoyed your company, and I'll see you next time.